I took the gun intending to frighten the thief away. However, a bell suddenly rang. I inadvertently pulled the trigger. At that moment, my wife turned on the light. It was then that we discovered I had killed the intruder. I was terrified and began trembling all over. Subsequently, the police arrived at the scene, but fortunately, the police determined it was justifiable self-defense. I could not believe that I had actually taken a life. The following day, the sheriff informed me the deceased would be buried at noon the next day, and I asked him one question. Did the deceased have any other family members?
He got a daddy.
I was concerned that his father might seek revenge against me. Therefore, I installed a security door. I even replaced the entire set of furniture with new items. I nevertheless went to the cemetery. At that time, a man approached and spoke to me. I was certain he was the father of the deceased. He said he had seen my son in the newspaper. I perceived this as a threat. Therefore, I hurried to the kindergarten to pick up my son, but he was nearby, observing us. For the safety of my wife and child, I located the sheriff and requested that he arrest the man. However, the sheriff indicated he was unable to assist. Nevertheless, upon returning home, I discovered that our door had been forced open. I instructed my wife to take our son to the police station, while I seized a wrench and entered the house, only to find numerous bullets scattered on the floor and bed. Subsequently, the police arrived at the scene. This time, given the evidence we possessed, they began assigning personnel to protect us discreetly. However, even with police protection, he still managed to enter our home, and I heard an unusual sound. Therefore, I quickly descended the stairs to investigate. To my surprise, all the officers there had been killed. Fortunately, my son was unharmed, and that individual escaped through the window. In the morning, the father of the deceased was arrested by the police. Our family is now secure. However, that evening, I suddenly observed the sheriff forcing the father of the deceased into a vehicle, then proceeding to a location beside the railroad tracks. Next, I witnessed the sheriff rendering him unconscious, then placing him on the tracks and pouring a bottle of alcohol over him. It was evident they were staging a scene of an accidental death on the tracks following intoxication.